Thank you for joining. There we go. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Thank you for joining the TapClicks Nuts and Bolts series. Today we're going to be talking about going beyond dashboards. So it'll be just another minute as everybody kind of joins. We're here at the top of the hour, and I want to welcome everybody here to today's event. Just a few housekeeping items for everybody as you're joining. My name's Kevin. I'm going to be your host here today, and I am the head of marketing here at TapClicks. There are a couple different ways you can engage with us throughout this thing, and please do engage. It makes it a lot more fun for the panelists and for me if you guys are not just silent partners in this. We do have the chat section, so if you do have a quick comment, a sentiment, something funny you want to say, please use the chat for that. We'd love to get your thoughts and comments in the moment as you guys are going through that. Also, if you have something that's more substantial, something for me or for the panelists, do you want some more detailed on, use the QA section. I will queue those up, and if we have the specific panelist, we'll address those. If it's something that we need to take offline, we'll message you and we'll take that offline and answer it. If it's something very specific to your account, please go ahead and ask it. We just may not be able to answer it live, maybe for privacy reasons or other reasons, but we'll circle back around with you and get the right person on with you. So the QA section is live and active. The chat section is live and active. Please feel free to use either of those and as you wish. Also, another housekeeping issue, today's webinar will be recorded and disseminated to everybody. So if you do have to step off early, or if you have somebody who you think would really benefit from hearing kind of the new AI stuff that we're doing here at TapClicks, love to have you share this with them. It'll be up on our YouTube channel as well. So everybody who registered will receive an email copy of this with links afterwards as soon as we're finished processing it. And you can also access it through our YouTube channel as well. So that is that for today. Again, welcome everybody. We are talking about going beyond dashboards today. I am your host again, Kevin, and I'm the head of marketing at TapClicks. On our panel today, we have some great representatives. We have Anshuman Rudra. He is in charge of product. He's our director of product management. He covers a lot of different things for us, but today he is going to be helping us dig into the whys and the reasoning behind and the vision behind our AI solutions. Anna Yetke is, we call her customer success manager. She's really our client champion. If you guys know her, if you've dealt with her, she is amazing in fighting for you guys and getting the best solutions in place. We're going to hear from her just a little later on how she's really enhancing the lives of her customers and what you can learn from the interactions that she's had with her customers and the like. So thank you all for joining. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. Again, chat's open and the Q&A is open. Let's start off with getting you guys warmed up. Little icebreaker. Don't be too scared. I'm not going to ask you your most embarrassing moment, but put into the chat what your favorite AI tool is. So if you guys have a favorite AI tool that you're using, TapClicks is the not natural answer, right? This is a TapClicks webinar. We'll give you bonus points for that, but just jump into the chat and see if you can type in what your favorite AI tool is, and we'll get a quick survey from you guys as we jump into that. But the purpose of today is really to talk about going beyond dashboards. We're all marketers here. We all deal with reporting and analytics and dashboards all day long, and AI has really changed the entire landscape of how we as marketers do our job and want to really understand how AI is transforming what was a very manual, a very time-consuming process, or a very standardized process into what it is today and how those things are evolving and changing and growing over time. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. The marketing is shifting into the AI era, right? We are no longer in the post-COVID era. We're shifting into the AI era, and things are changing along with that. One of the key things are that AI has become much more of instead of a nice to have, it's a must have in all areas of marketing. And we're moving from what used to be either manual reporting through spreadsheets or through a different tool that we're using and static reports that just showed a point in time to really dynamic intelligence as we're looking at not just numbers, but what do the numbers actually mean? And it isn't about just those numbers on the page, but we're needing to tell stories about how this is all coming together and what we're doing to move everybody forward strategically and intelligently. The reality is, as marketers, we're all asked to do more with less. Right? I can't imagine how many times you guys have heard that statement. I know I've heard it a million times. We're all tasked with doing more with less. And the reality is the pressure is coming from all different sides, right? Our clients are asking for more information. They're wanting better information about what we're doing and how we're doing it. Management is asking for more information about it. Our teams are asking for more information. We're seeing headcount constraints. We're seeing budget constraints. We're getting more transparency into what we're doing. And with digital advertising, that's fantastic. But we're actually being shifted from marketers to numbers guys, numbers girls, and numbers people. And so we're spending a lot more time in numbers than we are in actual creative marketing thinking. And that's really where the change is happening. We want to get away from some of those numbers, let the AI crunch those numbers for us, and get us back to the point where we're doing the creative thinking, we're doing the strategic thinking, and the intelligence that goes in beyond just the regular marketing that is being done on a daily basis there. So the pressures are coming. We know the pressures are coming. We need to get back to the things that are really assisting us and making us better about everything we're doing. What does good look like in our next generation? What does it look like? And how are we reframing our success stories around all of this? Well, it really, I think, and you guys could comment as well, it's really about efficiency and decisions and velocity, right? How can we make decisions better with better data and faster than we have in the past, and get us to the point where we're not spending so much time making those decisions. We make those decisions quickly, and we spend our time analyzing the results, thinking creatively about how to restructure the campaigns or the programs or the messaging or the creative, and they use that for the next set of optimizations. So our real brain power goes towards the things that we as humans are excellent at, right? And that is the core of the marketing, the creative, the strategic, the intelligence. And we let AI take over the mundane, the routine, all of those kind of things, and really get us back to the things that honestly, personally, make us feel good and make us feel happy about our jobs when some of the other things are much more of a grind and a kind of a necessity in the old way of marketing, not in the new way of marketing. So the AI experiment is really over, right? We know that it's no longer just these, you know, things that are out there that people are interested in. It is now involved in every aspect of our life. So how do we take advantage of it? How do we move from individual tools that you guys all posted in the chat, like GPT and the like? How do we move from those individual tools to systems that really impact us? If we use a bunch of tools, then we spend our time connecting the tools and jumping into the different tools. And you're in this tab, you're in that tab, you're in the next tab, and you're still continuing to fight that old manual way that we did it before. It's just now a different set of tools. Instead of spreadsheets, now we're in AI tools, and we're spending all our time managing and fighting through AI tools instead of moving ourselves from the experiment of those individual tools to systems that really help us accelerate to the point of efficiency and a point of scalability, and a place where we can really get back to what it is that we like to do. At TapClicks, that's really where we're seeing the shift, is from these individual tools that we're trying to leverage and trying to fight through to increase our efficiency, to those systems that really bring us all together as teams and as organizations, interdepartmental teams, etc., that really help lift the entire organization. At TapClicks, that's really where we're seeing that application of AI be most successful. And so the team that's on the panel here today, we're really going to be diving into that and going through and making sure that everything that you're seeing, understand that it's a systematic approach. It's not individual point solutions that TapClicks is deploying. AI here, AI there, a little sprinkling here, a little magic dust over there. It's really a systematic, holistic approach to AI that improves every aspect, every touch point of what you see within our platform. If you're new to our platform, we welcome you to this call. Love for you guys to dig in deeper and find out more about what we're about. If you've been with TapClicks a while or a long time, a short time or a long time, hopefully this opens your eyes to more of the opportunities that are available within the platform that you may or may not be taking advantage of today. And we love to be able to have you take more advantage of it. The new things also always require a little bit of spin up time, a little bit of learning curve. We're really trying to take away the pain points of learning AI and implementing AI, bringing it to you in a fast, efficient way that really impacts your day-to-day life today, not tomorrow, not in the future, not sometime, in the distant horizon. So that's really what we're covering today is not point solutions, a systematic approach to making all of our lives better. That's a shift that we're seeing in the marketplace. And that's how TapClicks is really approaching this whole AI first, right? Everybody has a different word for it. But really how we enable AI through our entire systems and make it better for everybody across the board as we really, take advantage of these amazing times that we're in and how it's all coming together for us. So that is the really AI within TapClicks. The vision of how this came together is going to be spoken to by Anshuman, who again is the director of our product management. And he is really kind of a visionary in what we're doing and how we're bringing it all together and has pushed us from point solutions to systematic approaches. So Anshuman, welcome to the team. Thank you so much for joining us today on the panel. Give
Thank
us just a quick background of kind of what you work on here at TapClick so everybody can kind of learn a little bit more about you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Kevin, and excited to be part of this. So I work on the data, the reporting, the analytics, the AI part of TapClicks. I've been here for 10 years, worked on various roles. So I've seen the problems that you have faced, that we have faced as marketers, and have always tried to solve those problems. For me, it's always AI or any technology is, even though they are really exciting and I would love to talk about this, but then also it's supposed to solve a problem for you. It's supposed to add value to you, to your teams, to your clients, and that's generally my vision. That's generally TapClicks' vision. So would love to talk more about this, Kevin.
Absolutely. So I talked about an AI system or an AI architecture as we talk about it sometimes. So what does that mean for marketers today? Like how are we doing this that encompasses everything that they touch within the TapClicks platform or even outside with their own clients?
Yeah. I will. I love the way you said it. Is how, and we are seeing this across all industries, all departments. Is we will have these really power users, right? They would always go and try different new AI tools and solve certain problems. But at an enterprise level, at a team level, what we are seeing is that we need those holistic AI solutions or solutions in general that can solve a problem across your team, across your business. And that's the goal of TapClicks, right? One of the advantages that TapClicks always had is we have structured data across hundreds of connectors, right? Like that's the base. And you'll hear this cliche, right? Like AI strategy is actually data strategy. So we always had that data. And then we had the data modeling layer, right? We have channels and calculations. So all these data transformation features. So we have the structured data, we have the data modeling features. And what we are bringing in is this ability to unstructured data, to bring in unstructured data, which is could be your CRM data, could be your orders data, goals, past QBR reports, media plans, all of that, right? You can bring them in. And then these three layers builds your context, right? Like we call it context engineering these days. And TapClicks has that, right? We have the data governance and the enterprise features built along with the context. And you can do this at various levels, right? You can do this at a client level, at a location level, at an organization level. So we have these context building at various levels. And that's the advantage that TapClicks has. And that's what TapClicks is leveraging is we are building the AI features on top of these contexts. And Duncan and Anna can talk more about these is how then you can use the features like a client group to sort of look at the fine-grained value that you're providing or the insights for a client, then also but on a rolled up level. So basically that's the architecture that we are pushing for is these layered data and context that we have, and then AI features on top of it with like more insights that we can generate out of that. So that's the main one, Kevin.
Yeah, so because we have the data already, you already have the data, you as clients, as marketers, already have the data in our system. Our AI tools then apply broadly across all of those data points that you already have in the system. And that's how we get to a systematic AI solution for everybody, right?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. That's the key. And I will add one more thing. So another thing that you mentioned in one of the slides is TapClicks is all about insights, it's about automation, and it's about storytelling, right? And so the two things that AI has really helped us is add to the value that we provide already. So
Mm.
insights, now AI can give more insights based on the data that we already have. And then automation, that's the second part, Kevin, in terms of architecture, is what we are seeing in the last 6 months is AI not just thinking through analyzing, but also doing stuff like taking actions. And so, as a lot of people here may know or may not know, we built smart slides, which is actually taking an action. So, building a PowerPoint deck based on all the data and the insights that we have for you, for your client's data, or any additional context that you have. So those are the two big pillars: automation, which is like taking actions, and insights, which is using the context that we already have, the data that we already have, to give you better recommendations, making your team smarter and faster.
That's great. So you mentioned the presentations. It just so happens that was the next point I wanted to cover here. This is something new that we're offering, and I think it's absolutely transformative for the people that are on the front lines of marketing every day. It's called Smart Slides. Can you tell us a little bit more about what it does and how it improves everybody's life or how it's supposed to?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I actually didn't mention the third pillar, or I did mention it, which is the storytelling, right? So
Hmm.
as all of us here know, we can have all the insights, all the recommendations, we can do all the actions and all the automation. But eventually, if you're not telling the right story to your stakeholders, to your clients, we are not getting the job done, right? Like that's the end goal here. And so what we have built with smart slides is actually telling that story. So we had the data, we had the insights, and we have the action of taking all of them together, building a beautiful PowerPoint slide decks, and you can export them to PDF. And then it could be a proposal document, it could be a QBR document, right? It could take on the themes that your end client needs, the logos that you need. So all of them together to tell a story. That's what smart slides does. And the best part is it also makes you fast, right? Like, so earlier it took you, let's say, hours to get there, and Kevin is laughing, right? Like we all have faced this, how much time it takes to build a PowerPoint deck. And now we can do this in minutes because of the power of AI. So that's one of the exciting things, as you said, Kevin, but it's just getting started, is what I would say. Is building out PowerPoint deck is just one part of it. We'll have more actions that we can do based on all the great uh, transformative features that AI, the foundation AI models that the world is getting access to. As I tell to a lot of you guys, is like, what a time to be alive, right? Like we don't even know what are the other things we'll get in like 3 months or 6 months.
All right, don't give away all of our secrets, Anshuman. You gotta hold some more stuff for later. So this, in walking everybody through the simple one, two, three of what Smart Slides means to people, right? You already have your dashboards that you're running and you're presenting off of. This takes the data you have on your dashboard and converts it to a 10, 12 slide presentation. You decide, right? So at a push of a button, it takes all the static data and turns it into a PowerPoint for you. So instead of you having to go back and forth, cut and paste, take screenshots and drop it into your own presentations, this does all of that for you at a simple touch of the button. You go through, make a few edits, clean up, and you're ready to go to your client, right? That's really what it is at the end of the day, right?
That is right. Right. That is right. Exactly. And it takes
Amazing, right?
the data and the insights embedded in it, right? So it has all those things that you would want to take hours, right? Like to analyze the data. So it's embedded in the slides.
And just imagine, you spend an hour putting a presentation together. Now multiply that against how many clients you're dealing with. You can see the time savings is immediate and is significant in terms of what people are dealing with. I deal with it all the time, right? It's easy. One touch of the button, my dashboard goes right into the presentation. I don't have to fight around with it, and I'm already on my way to my next thing, which is amazing. One of the other things that we have is the ability to select a specific audience so that your insights, your output, the messaging is custom tailored to that specific audience. Can you tell us a little bit more about how AI is leveraging that and how we can customize based on who we're actually sending the reports to or sending the presentations to or doing the executive summaries for?
Yes, yes, definitely. So this is where again, a product like TapClicks helps, right? So we have some of the historical performance already for let's say a stakeholder or a client, right? And then you can add or layer on other context, like what audience that you are building this slide deck for, right? And there could be many more these contextual information you may want to add, because at the end of the day we are supposed to not build out generic decks. We are supposed to customize these decks for specific use cases, specific audiences, specific problems that we are trying to solve, or the specific story we're trying to tell. And what smart sites allows us to do is not this generic PowerPoint builder just like takes on very generic language, which if you just use AI, that's what you get, right? If you
Mm,
just use ChatGPT, you will get something, right? It will be very generic. But the power is when you use the TapClicks data, it allows us to put in those contexts, which is like, let's say audience, right? Let's say you want to say, I want to present this to someone in Denver. They are excited about Broncos right now, right? So, and then you mention all of that, right? And you know them, you know the context of that person you're going to present to. You can introduce those aspects to it, right? Like what are the visuals? So you can have all those and then get the slide deck built, right? So you have the data, you have those additional context like audience, and then you have the power of AI to build those PowerPoint decks.
yeah, absolutely. And even in executive summaries, right? We have the ability in each dashboard to build out executive summaries. We can custom tailor that and make sure that message is directed to the CEO, CFO, or a marketing manager or somebody else. So it really speaks the language of your audience instead of just being a generic executive summary. You now start to get that personalization that comes with AI at scale with that whole automation for you so that you go through, you can maybe tighten a couple words here, make it into your own language, but it's already predispositioned to address your specific audience, which is amazing, right? That's a great systematic way to approach that. Chloe had a question in here. Chloe, I don't know your account. So if you could, in the QA section, if you could just give us your account, either I will follow up with you just afterwards, or we'll have somebody specific follow up with you and address that. What Chloe was asking is, how do I know if all these components are in my existing plan today? If I'm an existing customer, do I have access to all of this? I don't have everybody's contract in front of me. I'm sorry. But we do want to make sure that you guys get the right answers to that. So if you do have questions on, is this part of my plan? Is this not part of my plan? If you want to reach out or just put in the QA what your account is, the name of your company, we'd be more than happy to follow up with you afterwards and make sure that we get all the right details on all the right solutions for you. So Chloe, if you just go over the QA section and put in your company, that would be really helpful for us to be able to follow up with you. Our AI solution is not just the presentations, right? We have the ability for you to send automated emails that have that storytelling in it. Um, Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about some of the other, we're talking about holistic, but some of the other point solutions that go into our whole systematic approach. We've got smart emails, we have agents, we've got so many other things. Give us a little bit of a breakdown, Anshuman, on some of those other pieces.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I will say again, I will break it into two parts, right? Like insights that includes recommendations and analysis, right? And then you have the actions, which is building out slide decks, sending out emails. We are coming up with ways to push to CRM. So those are all actions. And so the two big ones are smart email and smart slides, which actually takes actions. We actually have one more, which is our operator agents, which to be honest is like slightly a slight variation of the second one, right? It takes actions but within the platform, we are calling them operator agents. So let's say you want to create a calculation, you can type in the prompt and it creates the calculation for you. So those are all like smart slides, smart email, operator agents, calculations is one of them. And then you have the insights agents, which is you have what we are trying to do is cater them, as Kevin said, towards certain audiences, right? So let's say for sales enablement. So we have AI insights agents for building out proposals, thinking through, let's say for a customer success person of renewals, like how to talk about it, about your data around renewals. We have operation agents like pacing agents. So those are the three categories that we are trying to build our AI insights agents on. We are also having like these recommendation agents. So let's say you have a group of end clients, for example, right? And then you want to see which one is at risk, which one is doing great based on the performance that you have. You can get recommendations of, hey, these are the accounts at risk. This is what you should do. You can actually build out insights agents that can do that. So yeah, those are the major categories. There is a build your own agent that's as a category of insights agents, which I know Anna is. She's a master prompt engineer, so
Yeah.
I know a lot of this group is probably too, and so I would encourage everyone to sort of use them. And yeah, I think those are the core parts, like insights agents, action agents that does stuff, and then operator agents. And smart emails, smart slides are part of these action agents. The calculation agent is the operator agent, and a bunch of these insights agents, which are on the you can see them in dashboards, report studio. We will come up with more soon.
So basically, instead of taking your data that was in TapClicks and taking it out to an LLM and having it process it and then bringing it back into TapClicks or sending it someplace else and building it manually yourself, we've really brought all of those, again, individual tools into a systematic approach within one single platform to help you with efficiency, speed, production value, and getting you to that point where you're really ready to go and think about your campaigns instead of spending the time doing all the work that goes in behind the scenes on the campaigns. Thank you so much, Anshuman, for that. It's been amazing to go through that. If everybody's still with us, go into the chat. Would you like it if somebody were able to do your presentations for you at the single click of a button? Give me a thumbs up or give me a yeah in the chat if you think that that's a thing that would improve your life a little bit. Love to hear from you guys on that. Next up, Duncan is going to be talking to us about what he's seeing kind of from the front lines and talking to clients directly who are struggling with a lot of these different things. Duncan is one of our senior systems engineers, a solution engineer. He's got an amazing accent. Anybody who can wake up in the morning with a cup of tea and get ready for their day simply with a cup of tea instead of a coffee or an energy drink, I've got all the mad respect for you in the world. So Duncan, thank you for joining us. Give us a little bit about you quickly so we can understand kind of who you are and what you do.
Yeah, hi everyone. I run the sales engineering team here at TapClicks. I've been with the company for about 8 years, working in the media space before that, going through the build versus buy debate, and finally settling on TapClicks as the platform that was right for us. And I've been working directly with the company now for going on 8 years, I think.
Brilliant. Oops, I'm on the wrong slide here. Is taking notes.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, I mean, the first thing I'm hearing is which is great. My background is we had a huge amount of account managers. They all had large books of business. Every month they'd send out reports that were supposed to be for the full month, but they were having to start those reports literally a week to 10 days before they were sending them out because there was simply not enough time to generate these things. It takes a long time to kind of analyze 30 days worth of data and get into any kind of depth with it. So one of the biggest things I hear is our account managers are going to love this.
Mhm.
And it really does lighten the load. I mean, I know Ansh, you kind of lent on it earlier as well. I mean, it goes so much further than just account managers kind of telling a story to the end user, though. I mean, if the sales team need to look at a much larger segment of data, I mean, let's say you have a new automotive kind of group coming on board, you want to kind of look at all your automotive groups, you can use that kind of client grouping capability, drop all your automotive clients in one folder, and then perform analysis on 2, 3 years worth of data with just a couple of clicks. The old way of doing things that would have taken weeks and weeks and weeks to kind of pore over and dive into. So that kind of visibility just being making use for the sales team and the account managers in certain industry verticals is great. But it also gives the executives insights into the kind of whole org's book of business as well. I mean, we've got various tools. It could just be internally benchmarking for client success. It could be benchmarking against your own kind of goals and targets. But having that kind of roll-up fundamental foundation in TapClicks gives you the ability to analyze all of the data with just a few clicks. And I think the thing I'm seeing the most is an overall appreciation that we've really taken time to kind of understand what the marketers kind of need from the tool. I mean, everyone on this call has probably heard us say we're a platform built by marketers for marketers, but we really are. So it's less of kind of a generic AI approach, but more kind of targeted towards our industry and where we can best kind of put that to work. And Angshu and his team have done a great job of kind of building this into the areas we see as most important.
As marketers, we often feel isolated from the rest of the world, heads down doing what we need to do. What are some of the feelings that you're getting dealing with frontline customers? Is it Are marketing teams feeling overwhelmed with the tasks that they're asked to do? What are some of the emotions that you get when you're on the front lines talking to the clients out there?
I think the automation and efficiency is huge. I mean, it's a sense of relief when you see that
Mhm.
the ability to kind of build a deck in a matter of a minute or so, generate these insights because at the end of the day, everyone's aware of how granular and how the data's expanded. It's not just impressions and clicks anymore. It's custom conversions, events, targeting, tactics, and so on. And we have all the tools necessary to segment the data however you wish, but when you bolt AI on top of that, say those segmentation capabilities, you're not kind of just generating canned chat GPT responses. You're literally using the language that they're expecting to kind of create those segments and analyze it however they need.
Seems like the conversation is moving away from the standard reporting. Do you have a dashboard? How can you show this in a dashboard to those insights, right? Like you just talked about, there's so many more metrics that are being asked of marketing departments out there, the storytelling that needs to come along with it, and the insights. You're truly seeing the transformation of marketing from, you know, simple dashboards to full storytelling, and we're expected to be smarter than everybody else in the room when it comes to all these different metrics. Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I mean, there's new metrics, new fields, new structures to the data coming out all the time. And like you say, if you have 50 accounts on your desk and you need to keep up, and there's three data sources making changes, having kind of a helping hand to kind of give you the ability to dive in and stay up to date with these sources is definitely a win for everyone.
So it's not just marketing teams. You had an interesting comment there about sales teams as well. We as marketers, most of the people on the phone are marketers, or on the call are marketers as well. But this is starting to have a significant impact on the people that are generating the revenue for the company, the sales team, because now they're able to have all the tools that they need at their fingertips when they go for a renewal for existing customers. They can create these presentations on the fly and get better conversations going with renewal customers, with new customers, like you talked about that automotive segment. Just as an example, if you're strong in a certain area, your sales team now can leverage that data to quickly create presentations or proposal documents based on the data that you already have in the system, and get that out there quickly so sales teams can turn faster, get to close faster, and be smarter about how they're doing things. Are you seeing that kind of transformation beyond just marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the we have a lot of agents now. I mean, I think actually back in the day we just had one or two, but there's 18 now, and they all have very kind of specific use cases. It's not just about kind of quickly summarizing the campaign reporting and the efforts for a particular client, but there's those internal use cases. There's the insights for the ad ops team. There's the sales team making uses of them. I mean, people are using the kind of AI driven smart slides option, even internally. It doesn't even have to be for client reporting. It could be I'm walking into Kevin's office and I literally want a deck put together really quickly to kind of help support me get the point across internally. And again, you can use it across all the different data sources and large groups of data internally. It could be for the sales team. It could be for ad ops generating insights for
Mm,
various things, as well as those account managers, of course.
yeah. If anybody's out there who's dealt with RFPs and those kind of things before, man, if you could have an easy button to help the sales team get those things in the presentations out faster, those are critical things that marketing does, but they are a distraction from our day to day. That seems like smart slides and the inclusion of the sales team could really help. Say yes if you want to have help with all those RFPs that you're tasked with doing. Put that in the chat. Let's see who wants to have help putting RFPs together and help time to value for their sales team and get their sales team off of their backs a little bit. Let's see you guys raise your hands out there as well. Duncan, as new customers are coming onto the TapClicks platform, what is kind of one simple action or one simple point that you're trying to get across to them about the new way that AI is implementing across TapClicks to improve their lives?
I think it's really the focus that we've had a very long time period of working so closely with brands, agencies, media companies, and other kind of specialist ETL use cases. We've got all that kind of knowledge locked up. So the approach we've taken is definitely targeted towards the kind of marketing side of the business. I mean, all of the features collectively. I wouldn't even like to single one out as better than the other one, but the benchmarks piece alone. I mean, it's not just insights on your data with the benchmarks piece, it's insights across the entire TapFlix ecosystem. And there is a lot of data in there. I mean, I wouldn't like to try and quote how exactly how much, but it's there is a vast amount of data going over a very large period of time that you're now able to kind of access at your fingertips. It's like, so for small agency, as lands a new local pizza restaurant, they can look at every other pizza restaurant's data across the entire platform. And that's really putting, great insight and hugely powerful kind of, insights into the hands of everyone. It's fantastic. Everyone gets incredibly excited. And that was one of the first kind of first AI features that we actually built out and worked on.
Yeah. Awesome, Duncan. Thank you so much. If you guys have additional questions for Duncan, go ahead and throw it in the QA. We'll come back and see him probably in just a little bit. But I want to switch over to Anna and talk about the real world. Anna's on the front lines dealing with current TapClicks customers. And she's going to share her insights and perspective on people moving from, again, the traditional dashboards that we have been known for into this new insights-driven AI world that we're in now and that TapClicks is rolling out. Anna, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. Excited to be here. Thank you.
One of the things we hear most often is that big aha moment where all of a sudden it starts to make sense to the clients that you're working with. Can you share maybe one or two aha moments that stand out to you in dealing with your customers?
So I think really the aha moment, we go through demos, we review the different agents and the smart slides. We go on a trial, right, for a couple weeks. And then once they start to adopt it, they realize that AI isn't just about saving time. It changes how people understand their data, right? Customers see their dashboards in Report Studio explained in plain language with clear takeaways and next steps. That's when reporting stops being about numbers on a screen and starts becoming something clients and executives actually act on at that point, to
Mm,
be quite honest with you. So it's just not numbers anymore. It's a story. It's telling the story.
absolutely. What what are some quick wins that people who are on the platform, if they're not using our AI systems right now, what are some quick things they can do to start implementing today that would really impact them?
Well, I would say if you don't have it, I would reach out to your customer success manager and start a free trial, right? If you don't have it, and really go through it and work with your customer success manager that they'll strategically help you. But the easiest wins really come from letting AI analyze and explain your existing dashboards, right? Because it's there. It's with your dashboards. There's nothing you really have to do. We just put on a switch and it's there. Customers, they don't have to rebuild reports or change how data flows in. They don't have to send it to ChatGPT. It's all right there. And I think AI reviews the dashboards they already use, right? And then summarizes performance, explains the KPI changes, flags that things that need attention, and it fits naturally into current workflows. And it immediately delivers, that value that you're looking for. So I think those are the quick wins. Um, yeah.
Great. There are some teams that are a little hesitant to implement AI, thinking it's going to take over everything, or they're going to get, you know, bad reaction or bad responses to things. How are you helping your clients kind of ease in or move into the AI adoption within the platform?
Yeah. So really, I would say it's not. So I kind of explain it this way. We help by start small, right? You're going to start small and keeping humans in control. So we, I like to kind of put that you're still in control of this. You are controlling the narrative, but it's helping you. And it's simple tasks like asking AI to summarize performance or double checking KPIs just to kind of confirm, right? Confirm that the data is accurate, that these results that you're getting are trustworthy, right? So then you can review everything before it's shared, which then starts building the trust very quickly. And once they see how accurate, helpful, and accurate it is, confidence then replaces the hesitation.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, with all of our stuff that we're doing, slides, we're talking about, how to automate those presentations. Is that the biggest surprise value that your customers are seeing, or is there another part of the AI system that is really developing huge value within your customers?
So I see smart slides. It's amazing how fast it can create a deck. Within 3 minutes, you have a deck that, I think we all know how long it takes or how to build a dashboard. That it takes a little bit of time, right? Even Report Studio, the smart slides, 3 minutes generates insights and tells the story. Within 3 minutes, you have that deck, and it's pristine, right? It is one of the best outputs I've ever seen, to be quite honest with you. And I absolutely love it. So I think definitely smart slides is something that is innovative and just, I can't tell you how much I enjoy it. I think we have like I've heard Anshuman and Duncan both talk about how many agents we have. We have 18 agents, and I can't say, there's an agent for every different, persona within your organization that you're able to leverage. If you're in sales, like we talked about, proposal builder agent. If you want an executive insight, we have those agents. Um, and I'd say also, so we have a agent for every different type of persona, but I would say one of they're going to say, I think that everybody knows where I'm going to go with this. Build your own agent.
Hmm.
So my customers have had great success. So our agents are our secret sauce. And we have those agents and we've built those personally, but clients can report very differently, and they're looking for things to be very specific to how they report.
Hmm.
And my clients um, have had such great success, to be quite honest with you, and I'm being really honest, with building your own agent. And I help them, or they know exactly how they want to report. How granular do you want to be? Do I want to put tables in there? They might put a little HTML in there, and it's beautiful, like how they report. And they were doing this manually before. Now we can build your own agent, right? You can build your own agent. I can help you. We have managed services. We have so many different resources that can help you do this, that you report differently. Well, we can help you do that. You don't have to use our agents. You can, believe me, you want to use them, but you can build your own agent. Um, and I think they deliver the biggest impact, and I think customers are often surprised how clearly it explains what's driving the performance and what actions to take next, right?
Yeah.
And then it helps teams communicate results in a more confident and being strategic. Um, and also before I think, I know my customers are like, we're getting ready for reporting. We're getting ready for reporting. Well, it took weeks, days, depending on how many clients. Now it takes hours, right? So,
That's amazing.
yeah,
That's fantastic.
yeah,
Thank you so much for your insight on that, Anne. I really appreciate that. I think that the build your own agent is a fantastic addition to what we have. And really, it's a differentiator for the people that are on our platform, right? It goes above and beyond the standard and really helps make this platform your own platform. And definitely take advantage of that if you're not. So, in wrapping up our takeaways, you like my spelling of takeaways there? Snuck AI into my takeaways. You know, AI is not replacing marketing. It's really elevating everything we're doing. We're trying to get you all to have less manual work and clearer insights. And I think at the bottom line, at the end of the day, the teams working faster are going to be the ones that are having the most success and being out there. So thank you all. And we are at the QA section. So if you have been holding a specific question that you wanted answered, go ahead and throw it in the QA section there. Be more than happy to go through that with you. We would love to have the panelists kind of cover off on some of those questions. If you have the desire or you want to reach out to your CSM, your customer success manager directly, if you don't know who that is, check your email box because I guarantee you it's December and they're emailing you like crazy, wanting to talk to you about a lot of things. You can also email us directly at marketing@tapclicks.com if you don't know who your CSM is, if you have specific questions that you want covered, if you're not a customer, you're interested in becoming a customer or getting a demo of what the platform could do, just email us at marketing@tapclicks.com. Be super happy to pick up those questions and get those answered for you and get a specialist on with you like Duncan, who can really walk through your current situation and set up something that really takes you to the next level and elevates everything you're doing. So go ahead and jump in there. If there's any chats or any questions, go ahead and fill those out there. We'll give you guys another couple seconds of doing that. Um, but hopefully, you've seen through this entire process how we have taken individual point AI solutions like GPT or like those kind of pieces. We've integrated it within the TapClicks platform, not only as a point solution, but as a holistic approach. You already have your data in the system. Our AI solutions then apply to all of that data and allow you to create customized messaging based on the audience, customized slide presentations, customized email based on the data that's in there. So your emails aren't just flat reports, they have insights, they have activities and things that people really want to see in those emails. We have agents that do the work for you within the platform and surface those insights for you and make you smarter and faster about how you're doing everything. So TapClicks is completely revolutionized the way that you look at reporting and dashboards, and AI is the cornerstone of all of that. Again, the questions came in. Yes, this recording will be sent out to everybody who had registered for this, and you can share it with anybody as well. There's no restrictions on sharing. So if there's somebody else on your team or somebody else you want to share this with and give them insights into what we're doing, super happy to have you do that as well. Let's see, there's a couple questions that came in. Automated reporting bit. Yeah, so Anshuman, good question on that. Smart Reports automates the way that reporting is done. Maybe for Elizabeth, who missed the first part of that, hit that real quick and talk about the automated reporting.
Yeah, for sure. So it really depends on what parts that we're planning to automate. There are, I would say, like in that entire workflow, let's say I'm going to do a reporting to a certain stakeholder or a client, right? So the things that I'll have to do is like pull in the data, right? That is, as you know, is already automated. We would want to sort of put them together, put some sort of transformation layer on top of it. Again, you can build some of those already with our data transformation features, and then you want to organize it, let's say, in a way which, let's say, like there are certain KPIs that are important, and you want to select them, pick them, and put them in a dashboard. So all of that, they are like one-time things, right? Like we fetch data regularly, and that part is the data pipeline is automated already. Now the downstream pieces of it is building out a slide deck. That part, right? Or analyzing the data. Maybe there are certain insights you want to add, and this comes up a lot with our customers, right? Is we are sending out these reports, we are sending out this data, but our client, they don't really understand it. We want to put a layer on top of the data, which is what are the insights, what are the next steps. Anna mentioned that, right? Is what do we do with the data, right? That's the key thing. And then the other part is storytelling. Let's say there is this data, you don't have to do anything, but you want to tell a story of, hey, this is what we did, and this is this is what you should do, or this is what it means, right? And so the meaning, and then what you should do, the recommendation and the insights, that part is automated now. So we always had the data pipeline automated. What we have automated is generating the analysis, doing the analysis and generating the insights. That part is automated, so which is an addition in the last 6 months. And then the third part is taking action on that, right? So that part is automated too, is basically building out a slide deck, sending out it as a smart email with the insights embedded in the body, right? Like, so that's the third piece of it. So when we say automating the reporting workflow, there are all these aspects to it, and that's what the goal of TapClicks is, to like pick other important workflows, not just reporting. A data pipeline has always been automated, but then analysis, insight generation, and taking actions, those are the pieces that we are automating. And again, stay tuned. We just started with reporting automation, but stay tuned.
Thank you, Anshuman, for that. Thanks everybody for joining. If there's no more questions, we'll give you just one more minute to throw in questions. Again, reach out to your CSM if you're an existing customer. They're super happy to help you work through this process. If you're not a customer or you don't know who your CSM is, hit us up, marketing@tapclicks.com. Me or somebody from the marketing team will be more than happy to follow up with you, get your questions answered, and get you set up for success. So we're really pulling for you guys. 2026 is right around the corner. This is a great way to start off the new year, is getting you faster, better, and smarter about everything you're doing. And that's what we're here for. So thanks everybody for joining. Anna, thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Anshuman, Duncan, you guys were amazing panelists. Thank you so much for your insight and participation today. For everybody there, the recording will be out shortly, and thank you all for your time. Thanks so much. We'll see you all later.